Hi everyone, this is Nirali Patel, Main Street Director for the City of Monroe, and I'm here with
Hartley, owner of the Good Daze.
welcome back to November's edition of Made It in Downtown Monroe. I'm here with Hartley Arendson. She is the owner of the Good Daze. And Hartley, how long have you owned the Good Daze?
For a little over 2 years, and we have been here on Art Alley since January of 2024. I started selling vintage clothing in high school when I was 16, and my business was called Heart for Style. My name's Hartley. I have a heart for style. And I would sell on Instagram. I would do local pop-ups. And then I started the Good Daze along with a friend when I was 19.
What is the best thing about being a small business owner?
Honestly, my business is one, my creative outlet, and two, the community.
Harley, we have at least 67 different creatives in here right now. Should we go take a look at some of them?
I think
so. Okay. So one of my favorite things about your shop is that I know that if I need to buy for somebody, whether it's big or small, that I can always come in here and find something fun and unique and honestly super quirky, because that's me as a person. I want to give something that's memorable. One of my favorite things about your shop is that no matter if I'm looking for something big or small, I can always find something very unique and fun here. And I think that's probably everyone's favorite thing about your shop is that no matter what, there's always something that they can find here that speaks to them. How hard is it for you to kind of narrow down what people bring in? Like, there's a process to that.
Well, truly, the Good Daze is a place for everyone. And so when I think about curating artists and goods, it's got to be something fun, but also something that everybody likes. But I try to have something for everyone. For instance, this sticker says, "I am a lady, cat is baby." I can't explain it other than this is fun and very accurate. Another artist locally, her name is Haley. She made this sticker that says "Young and Sweet Thrifting Queen." If that's not the Good Daze in a nutshell, I don't know what is. So art comes in very many different forms here at the Good Daze, big or small being stickers, but I think we should show some other art.
Now we're in the creative corner. That's what I like to refer to this little corner as. All of these amazing artists, whether they're local, like the ones at this table, or Louisiana-based, like many of the ones on this wall. Tell me about the community you support.
Truly, there is a really nice art scene here in Monroe. We've got a lot of art students, art lovers, and people that want unique things. And art is unique, and you can find so many things here, depending on whatever your style is.
Yeah.
You can find truly unique things and appreciate art at the same time.
A lot of these places are also being sustainable at the same time, like
Yes, for
glazed
sure.
and infused hand cuts all of these bottles, and she
Yes.
reuses them, correct?
Yes, so these are all recycled bottles, whether they're wine bottles, liquor bottles. We've even got a Sprite candle, and it's being sustainable, and it goes back to the integrity of the Good Daze.
Speaking of sustainability, let's talk about your vintage clothing. Part of Made It in Downtown Monroe is that whenever I come into a business, they teach me something. And so I heard you had an idea of what we should be focusing on today as a learning lesson for myself.
Yeah, so one thing about the Good Daze is we want everyone to find their own style, and vintage is so fun because to me it's its own art form. It can be whatever you want it to be. So Nirali, if you could describe your personal style, what would you say it is?
Ooh, okay. I would say eclectic, fun.
Yes.
Sometimes I lean into grainy.
I love grainy.
And honestly, I don't mind being bold.
Okay.
I have a good time being bold. So
okay, how about I find you a fun outfit and let's see how this goes.
Cute Princess Diaries movie montage. So Hartley, obviously one of the biggest things about being a small business owner, but also focusing on vintage clothing is understanding what that means. So can you tell us what the definition of vintage is?
So vintage is anything that is 20 years and older.
And then antique would be?
Anything 100 years and older.
You heard it here, folks. That is the difference.
Mm-hmm. Fast fashion being so rampant in our society, clothing that is vintage was made to last, and it is lasted. And really, if you want unique things, I think vintage is the way to go.
Yes. What are some things that you think that I would gravitate towards?
Okay, so since I've grown to know you, Nirali, you are very fun. You're very eclectic. You're very unique. And I think I have a contender right here.
Do I get to see it?
Well, I think I know you pretty well now. So,
okay, guys,
you can see the back of it, but just know it's really fun.
What is the best thing that you have ever thrifted?
Well, that is a hard question to answer, but earlier on in my business years, which hasn't been that long, but I thrifted a Mighty Ducks windbreaker.
So do you have some contenders for?
You know what, Nirali? I think I do.
Should I go head to the dressing room then?
I think you should.
Okay. All right. Well, movie montage. Cue now. Don't stop the flow, go. I get the music. I think that one of the biggest hiccups that people might think is that like you cannot mix things from like different times, different materials, different things like that and make it look good. But I think this looks fantastic.
And also when I picked it up, like when you look at it on a hanger, you can't get the full visual. And when you try it on and you realize, hey, this is bomb.
I think there's a difference in between like just wearing something and styling it too. Yes. And I think that's one of like the biggest testaments to your store is that when people come in here, they're not just finding pieces to wear, they're finding pieces that they can style and make their own. Yes. And Hartley, thank you so much for styling me today.
Yes,
I feel absolutely fantastic. And
you look fantastic.
I think this will look great with my boot as well. And no one told my doctor that I took it off for the movie montage, please.
I think maybe the boot needs an accessory too.
I think so too.
Yeah, maybe a sticker.
Ooh.
A sticker.
Huh. Hartley, thank you so much for meeting with me this morning. Thank you so much for inviting us in and kind of giving us a little bit of insight into what the Good Daze is, what your ethos is, but also what it means to be able to support small businesses and other artists in the community. How do people keep in touch with you though? Like how do people know what's coming up next? Because I think you have a few workshops coming up as well, right?
I do. I've got 3 workshops coming up and we always usually have some in the books, but you can always keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at The Good Daze. Then we have a website. It's just thegooddaze.com.
Thank you again. This was made it in downtown Monroe, number whatever it is, and hopefully
Good Daze edition.
The Good Daze edition. Thank you guys so much, and be sure to follow us on our socials as well, downtown Monroe Main Street. Check out updates on upcoming events and different things like that through our socials, and of course, go ahead and favorite monroe.city/downtown for all of our fun updates.
Yes.
In regards to Monroe Main Street and downtown Monroe. Thanks, y'all.